So I am here with one of my good friends, amazing personality, someone that is literally a freak of nature
Yes, sir.
in real life, but also mentally and spiritually. My guy, Aaron, let me tell you, like, you have to just listen to him, man. He's someone that is always there for everybody, especially if you're close to him. You already know that. He's got a huge following on social media, and he does some of the craziest workouts that most people just physically can't do. He's literally a freak of nature. Like, I'll be honest with you. So, like, I just want to, man, one, thank you for being here, bro, and
Oh,
like
most
taking the
definitely, man.
time.
Most definitely. I appreciate it. I appreciate the time. And now, you know me, I'm just always just trying to see how the days are going and just see what my body's capable of.
Yeah.
See what kind of strength God gave me for the day.
Hmm.
I'll just take it from there.
Yeah, and like thing I love about you,
Hmm.
man, is like from the first time we connected, is like not only like most people would never notice, but like your voice, like you're even keel all the
Hmm.
time.
No, for
You're
sure.
very in tune with your emotions. Your emotional intelligence is very high.
Hmm.
And that's one of the things that I notice about you right off the jump is that you're calculated, you're intentional, you're a big protect, like you protect your
Oh
energy
yeah.
very, very well. And
Oh
I'm sure the same way with your fiance,
yeah.
like you
Hmm.
want to create a safe space for her to
Yeah.
be the best woman that she can be
Hmm.
within, the parameters that you have set to allow
No,
her
for
to do
sure.
that. And I think that's what really, like, a lot of men need to know and understand that. But you take that same mentality and you apply it to your own life as well.
Yeah.
Like, because people don't understand, like, the relationship you have with yourself, and then when you get in a relationship, well, she or the person you choose they still have their own relationship with their self,
Hmm.
and there's the one y'all have together.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I love, man, and just like speaking to you and even watch you through social media and like, understanding about you is like, man, not only are you deep, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, man, but you try to really bring that around everyone that's
Yeah.
around
No,
you.
for sure. I try to have them really adapt to what's going on and really be present in what's happening in their life, because yeah, it's so easy, especially with social media now, to just show off things and make
Yeah.
it seem as if this is the way, or people are actually happy in where they are. And a lot of times they faking it. So
Yeah.
it's just like, how can I really be truthful and really sit still with myself and understand what's going on mentally? Because even if you have the body, or if you have just the physique or the money, that doesn't mean you're right inside.
Yeah.
So inside, you can be like, okay, why am I tearing up? It feels like buildings are falling down and there's an
Hmm.
earthquake inside, but I can still keep my composure outside of that. But that was the biggest thing, to where I had to back up and really taking that time to understand myself spiritually and mentally.
So what led to that? Like, how did you, was there something like early on in life that you went through that like made you really start to look into those, like the spiritual world and like understanding emotions, or like how did you like kind of transform into understanding, you know, the way you are today?
I would say, sports definitely played a big part, playing football, of course, but really, being on, not even just being on my own because I had siblings, but just having that time with yourself. So
Yeah.
always training alone and really just seeing what you can do and seeing what I'm capable of. But also dealing with depression and anxiety and trying to figure out what that is
Mhm.
without knowing a name to it at
Yeah.
that time. Especially as like a teenager, you're coming up, you're like, so I don't think nothing's wrong with me.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you label yourself with that,
That is
you
true.
also
That
don't
is
even want
true.
the label on
Yeah.
yourself either. So you're like, oh, no, it's nothing. I'm all good. Everything's cool. So just, I'm cooling myself through life. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, yeah, I'm good. Nothing's wrong. But inside, you're like, all right, something's slipping. And I'm like, I'm not sure if this is a normal feeling or everyone goes through this. And as I start going through life, you're like, oh, that's not a normal
Yeah.
feeling.
No.
And
Not at
people
all.
are like, oh, yeah, you shouldn't be having to get out of bed, like having to even gain yourself to get to that 0%. Because I felt like there was some days I would start off in the negative, and just to get to zero, that was a fine day. So I was like, I never really understood the real the real meaning of being really high on a certain day, as far as like, oh, this is a perfect day. I'm like, "Oh, I'm just making
Yeah.
it through, and this is good for me, and I feel good. I got my workout out the way, I put the right foods in my body, little things like that. And then being very intentional at a young age with the things that I would put inside my body, as far as even just nutrition. That probably was one of the biggest things that helped a lot when I was younger as well, because not eating the school foods and just
Yeah.
things like that. I chose not to do it just because I didn't never liked it. And so I was like, okay, this isn't my pattern. I don't want that. I'm gonna just make my own lunch, bring it to school, and just seeing the difference in growth between me and my siblings and just people and just that I was teammates with. I'm just like, okay, y'all hitting like a little, y'all hitting a plateau real fast, and I'm like, no, we can still work through this, and then always just researching and finding what else is out there because football was my main sport, but I was like, there's so much around it to get better for that specific sport. But definitely that anxiety and depression starting at a young age and having to learn how to really navigate
Yeah.
life with that helped me take that calmer approach with myself because with football, my language with myself was horrible. So just
Uh,
having, but even though it was horrible with myself on the football field, it helped me on the football field. So when it came to leaving football, I'm like, okay, I can't be
how
speaking
to
to
reverse
myself.
engineer this thing?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got to speak to myself a little bit more positively. I'm like, because telling myself I'm not good enough, or
Yeah.
I'm telling myself I have to work harder here, or really just grind myself to a pulp. I'm like, okay, this isn't the way. And then just understanding, just really understanding that, and just trying to give yourself a little more grace and just understand God got you in the background as
Amen,
well.
brother. Amen.
So it's just little things like that where I had to calm down a little bit because I'm like, okay, this can't be the way to go through life because I'm like
Yeah.
it's just constant pressure.
And did you have a parent or like someone in your household that like kind of helped you tap into that to try to look into more, or was it?
No, no,
Yeah.
and both my parents were there, but they just didn't have any knowledge of it either. So they were probably pretty much dealing with their own things as well,
Mm.
to where they're just like going through everything by themselves. So I felt alone just as
Yeah,
much. So
even
I'm
though
just
you're in
like,
your
how do I
presence.
process this? I also didn't have many friends to reach out to in that manner because people will put me on a pedestal
Yeah.
so high to where I'm like, I
You gotta be perfect
can't
all the
open. Yeah, I got to be
time. And
perfect
now,
all the time, or they see me as perfect where I can't even mess up or
yeah,
anything I mention. Oh, you good, you good. I'm like, no, I'm not good.
yeah,
I'm trying to let you know what's happening, but
yeah,
if you ain't gonna help, if you're not gonna listen, I'm just not gonna say
that's
anything.
true.
And I just take it in and I just try to process it. So a lot of alone time was definitely my way of getting things out, and especially with my workouts and really just because working out was like brushing my teeth. It was never to really just even get strong. I was like, that was my way out mentally
Yeah, just a check.
to
Yeah,
really like, how can I? That was the only time I really more so felt present in the things that I was doing.
within yourself too, though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
most definitely.
and
Because I'm
so
like, okay, I can feel my body.
yeah.
I can feel everything that's going on.
And is that and now with that same concept though, is that how you went from like being a collegiate athlete to now in the the success of the space that you're in now with the wellness spaces?
Mhm.
You think that's a key on like what molded you to really like coach your clients that same way, or?
Mhm. Oh yeah, definitely. Because I would one of the things I would try to get clients to understand. I'm like, the body's just one part, and then really once you get there, you have to understand that's not going to be the answer,
Mhm.
and that's just the premise. So I guess so that's going to be automatic. So as far as the things that we're working on, when we're grinding or putting the work in to get to your athletic goals or just body goals in general, that's one part. But really taking it in to see how your body and lifestyle starts adapting to just the workouts, nutrition, your sleep
Yeah,
patterns,
yeah,
um, and just the things you put in your mind on the daily. To where you're like, oh, this is what health really is. Because I'm like, nah, we all know a bunch of people that's
yeah,
probably abbed up, muscled up.
yeah,
They probably have the most mental issues
yeah.
because they don't know how to detach from just being in the gym or being whatever they perceive themselves to be as. So I'm like, how can I really learn how to relax and turn that button off? So even just teaching my clients that same concept, yeah, just hey, turn your mind off and really try to
Yeah,
figure out what you like. And then we can adapt that to your training style as well. Cause I'm like, hey, if you like painting, if you like this, there's a way to blend that into your
yeah.
training
I
style
agree.
to where you can calm it down, focusing on your breathing techniques, little things of that nature to where it's more fun for you. And this is going to be something lifestyle wise, more of a
That you can
lifestyle change that
maintain.
you can maintain
Yeah,
whether I'm there or not.
yeah,
Cause I'm like, I ain't gonna be a trainer forever.
yeah. Nah, and honestly, I don't want to be.
No,
If
exactly.
you
I'm like,
ask me.
I want you to take the knowledge to be like, all right, I'm actually learning something,
Yes, bro.
and you can keep on passing it down.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, that was my philosophy. I
Hmm.
started in college, man. Was like, like we had to write one in like
Hmm.
26 words or less, and I was like, well, first of all, how am I going to do the 26
Yeah,
words?
yeah, that's the hardest
But
part.
now I don't have that parameter, so
Mhm,
I can say as long as I want to. But
mhm.
I tell people like, man, my philosophy is that look, whether I die, I move, money gets in the
Yeah,
way, or
yeah.
like life just takes us in separate paths. Like I want your experience with me to be one where you learn so much about yourself that you know that I took care of you and I
Mhm.
taught you in the right way, and you can use all of this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you have that same mission, and
No, for
that's
sure.
and it because that's how it should be,
Mhm.
because I tell people all the time, dude, I don't want to coach you for
Yeah, yeah.
if I have to coach you
That's a
forever.
problem. I'm not teaching that.
Exactly.
We all teachers.
Yes. Yeah. And man, it's just one of those things, man, to where um, people understanding that concept is very important.
Yeah.
But I know for you, man, you have these conversations up front,
Mhm.
with your people.
Oh, for sure.
And like I say, right now with some of your clients though, what still is probably one of your biggest struggles to like even when they start working with you to get people to like really understand? Like what's one of the things that you feel like not say friction, but that's like it's hard for people like that light bulb to click in a certain area. What would that be?
Um, I feel like they have a good hold on workouts and nutrition because that's been pushed on us
Yeah.
for the longest. But taking that time mentally and then even just seeing where your mind is spiritually and then also tying that in with your sleep because the sleep without your sleep you really
Yeah, you can't
nothing's
exist.
happening. Nothing's happening, so really trying to push that on people and get them to understand the real power in it because that rest your body just needs rest in general, whether it is just you just sitting still and being calm or actually sleeping, um and then being able to put your mind towards
Yeah.
something outside of just yeah, whatever they may be feeding their mind
Yeah.
that may be unhealthy because that could just be as toxic as putting
That is
fast
true.
food in
Bad
your
food.
body.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yes.
hey, you got to make sure you're feeding your mind the right stuff too. Because if you're just throwing bad stuff in there, something's gonna click the way your mind's gonna be like, all right, this is it, and it's not gonna grow from there. So just trying to keep people to understand, yeah, empty all that clutter and then just
Hmm.
revamp it just like you would with your body. If you have to detox your body, do the same with your mental. And a lot of times scripture helps a lot with that. That's why I'm like, okay, when I'm struggling, I'm like, let me try to find something. And I'm not the best in the Bible, but it's easy to type
Yeah.
something out
Yeah.
to where, can you help me find a scripture with this? Because I'm dealing with this right now. And those are some ways that helps me really pretty much do that. Like it's like a mental hygiene. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
how can I really tap into that factor
Yeah.
the way it's like, okay, this helps me clean this out to make sure I maintain this to where I can kind of really keep things going
Yeah.
and same with my clients. So it's like, and I just try to make sure I'm just being that representation of it. So I could just pretty much just I could just keep on showing them, yeah, I'm doing this with y'all.
Right.
It's like I
Being an
don't know
example,
anything.
man.
Yeah,
Leading by example and being
I'm
that
still
vessel they
here.
need too.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's man. And so, what would be? Because I know you're big in natural juices.
Yeah.
You make all of your own almond milk. You repurpose that.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, your hair is super healthy,
Mhm,
right? You take care of that, but you have
mhm.
your own remedies for that.
Yeah.
What are probably not a probably what would you say are your top three like bedtime hygiene routines that you do that really help you reset, like to get ready to rest, so you can wake up the best version of yourself?
Well, the first thing that I still struggle with is turning off my phone.
Mm, yeah.
Turning off my phone because I'll end up just like everyone. You start scrolling, and especially when you set your algorithm in a positive way or a
Yes.
negative, you just see a bunch of good stuff. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just keep on scrolling. But trying to put my phone down is one of the things I try to force myself to
Mhm.
do. And then reading. I also always try to open up a book. I read not whether it's the Bible or just an actual book
Yeah.
because I like just seeking out different knowledge. Whether it's the book I'm reading now is How to Play Music,
Hmm.
and there's just a different concept of pretty much people are just saying like when you're younger they're like, oh, since I didn't learn it while I was younger, I can't learn it anymore.
Interesting.
And it's just taking on that mindset as far as no, you're never too
You
old to
can still
learn.
learn. I love
And
that.
it's actually a better process of learning
Yeah,
now because you know how to focus and you even know what
that is
focus
true.
is.
That is true.
So it's just, of course, there's those pros and cons on both ends, but no, it's just teaching you different concepts of how to attack life, not just music, but just in a musical pattern
Yeah.
and that and through their concept of just teaching. So I was like, okay. So this is cool. So I just been learning that lately, and then what's my third? My third, um, what else do I do? Because sometimes I eat late. I do all type of stuff wrong sometimes, but it just depends on the process. But as far as making sure my phone's off, I read a book, and what else would I say? Yeah, it's just mm, I just clean up, shower. As long as
Yeah.
I'm in bed clean and my room
Feeling
is clean, I
feeling
feel
clean.
good. I feel
Yeah.
good. I can lay down and I could go to sleep. But that's pretty much the main three right there.
Yeah, I love it, man. And so, like, one thing that I've actually got into, I'll share with you is, so I try to set my home, like with my wife and
Hmm.
everything. I try to set my home to move the same way the sun does.
Yeah, or got you.
So what I do is, like, as the sun starts to go down, the lights in the house start to go down. And then like and the darker it gets, the more dim like natural candlelight
Hmm.
it gets, right? And so I try to start moving that rhythm
Yeah,
like that.
that's
And
smooth.
it's
Yeah.
been a real like healthier thing too,
Hmm.
because like the lights are bright in the house at nighttime, like you can
Oh,
do all those
yeah.
things,
Hmm.
but there's still so
It's
much
still up.
stimulation.
Hmm.
One of
No,
my
for
techniques
sure.
I do is like as the sun starts to go down, like, all right, let me turn off the overhead lights, but we'll keep the lamps on.
I
And
definitely like
then
dim lights though. I like
yes.
keeping the dark curtains up and everything as well
Hmm.
because I just like a dim house. Just a dim house, and I just like yeah. I'm always playing my R&B. I like playing just slow music in general, but even when it comes to even just the setup of the sun's reaction as
Yes.
far as how it rises, I took an architect class to where they set up houses that specific way. So certain people build out their houses to where they make sure the sun rises when the sun
Mm.
rises in the certain like in the kitchen or in certain areas to where it helps their pattern when
Yeah.
they're going to bed as well. So that's pretty cool that you do that too. Because yeah, no, and even taking those courses, like you learn
Yeah.
so much too. So like, okay, I never would think of this, or even having my house at a certain angle just
Yeah.
so the sun could hit this spot right when I'm going to sleep or right when I'm waking up. That way I feel better, and it just ties in a whole lot. It ties in with everything.
Yeah, it's healthy, man, and it's
Hmm.
I mean, bedtime hygiene is definitely a good one. Another trick that I've had to do, because I'm gonna get bad sleep, right? Because especially like with the mask and stuff on my
Oh, for
neck,
sure.
like I get night sweats a lot, so I get up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I gotta take a shower. I'm like, man, so
Hmm.
my sleep is always off. But from just speaking on the power of your words, my wife, she used to wake up like, oh, how'd you sleep? How'd you sleep? And I get triggered because I'd be like, you know, I
You know,
slept
it's like
bad.
bad.
Why are you asking me how I slept? Because I sleep bad every
Hmm.
night. So what I had to do, I said, man, I have to rewire this somehow, because she's not doing it in a negative
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
She's just courteously
It's
like
just
asking
automatic.
me.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
what I started doing was I said, okay, from here on out, what I want you to do is, instead of asking me how I slept, ask me how I woke up. And like, man,
Yeah.
that has been a
Oh yeah.
huge shift,
Oh
because
yeah.
when you wake up, which I'm sure you like
Hmm.
me, you read, you worship, you
Hmm.
write, you journal,
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
know, you read some affirmations, you
Hmm.
speak to yourself, you know, you really, and then you start working with clients, and now
Exactly.
you start speaking to them, and
For
like you fill
sure.
that cup up. And so, and then 3 hours later, she gets up and she's like, oh, well, how'd you sleep? Or like, how'd you wake up? I was like, you know what?
Like,
I woke up
oh,
good, you
smooth
know?
day. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
and I think that's important, is like
Hmm.
understanding, like, as much as we are creating an environment that's healthy for ourselves, ensuring that we're constantly
Yeah.
communicating within ourselves and with others about
Hmm.
ourselves. And I know for you with your clients, man, I know they appreciate it,
Oh, for
man,
sure.
because
Oh, for sure.
you're such an intelligent person, man. But I think one of the things that I do know that you do is like, man, when your clients need a word, you give it to them,
Hmm.
you know, and it's not biased,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not opinionated, you know, it is either based off your experience, or it's something that you have learned and acquired to be able to
Exactly.
share. You're a vessel, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, and I tried to be. And I trained my pastor, so of course
Yeah.
he's always feeding me knowledge anyway to where it
I could
helps me.
imagine,
So I'm
man.
like, okay, this is great. And then of course, just always checking on him and being able
Yeah.
to literally pour into each other constantly helps so much. And yeah, literally, all my clients, they're all so helpful
Mm.
in their ways to where it's just they not even knowing that they're feeding into me as
Yeah.
well.
They're giving you
So
life,
yeah,
man.
oh yeah, every time. So it helps a lot. It definitely helps a lot.
And so like, and so taking your business, man, you're successful, you do retreats.
Mhm.
Man, I mean, the sky's the limit with you. I
Mhm.
think that's what's crazy, man. Just like your training. And if you haven't seen any of his videos, go look on his
Yeah,
Instagram.
we get active out
The
there.
guy can like He can lunge 1,000 yards. All right, maybe like 200 yards, but you working on 1,000.
1,000. I did
But he
1,000.
can lunge 1,000 yards with a 135-pound barbell over his head with one arm. It's crazy. He's a freak of nature.
I'll get
Um,
active for sure.
yeah, man. But you don't run from the work, man.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and you a
Not at
believer
all.
that the work works
Oh yeah.
if you work it.
Mm-hmm.
And so with that, man, like I would like to you to share with everybody, like how can they get in touch with you? How can they train with you? Are you accepting clients? What's if someone truly wanted to be in your aura and do life with you as a client, how could they do that?
So they can reach me on Instagram at the Aaron Spady. I'm definitely accepting clients. I'm always accepting new people. I'm gonna definitely test you to see if I want to work with you as well, and not in a bad way, just to see if you're ready for that lifestyle change.
Alignment.
Because you need that alignment in life, and sometimes people are looking for a quick fix.
Yeah, no such
No,
thing.
there's no such thing as that in the health world, and just especially if you really want to overall feel healthy and be healthy, it's gonna take time.
Amen.
So being able to understand that, and that's what I'm here for. But you can also reach me. Definitely can shoot me a DM on Instagram, TikTok. I'll shoot you my number. I can set up a call with you. My website also is Aaron dots or aaronspady.com. So you can also reach me on there as well. So, and I'll have things all available to where people can just pop in. But I'm taking in clients, whether it's in person or online.
Yeah.
So just let me know what you think.
I love it, man. So yeah, so hey guys, look, reach out to Aaron, man. We really hope you enjoyed this video. He does have some retreats coming up, some in different countries. He's got some here in the States as well. So if you really want to tap into one of his holistic retreats with about grounding and understanding nutrition, different cultures, really tapping into yourself, this is the guy right here. Yeah, I'm always watching up close and from afar, man. So man, thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. I love you, brother, and we'll see you next time.
Love you too, man. Appreciate you.